Over another medium that I just solved by myself. This one is called Sum of Beauty in the Array, and the description is pretty confusing. So I had to kind of scroll down, and this guy clarified what they were asking. So that helped me solve it. And so let's read through this to try to break it down. So you're given a zero indexed array, and what this means is basically this part is inclusive. Okay, it means not the first and the last element. And then this part means that if basically the current element is bigger than the biggest element to the left side and is smaller than the smallest element to the right side, right? So greater than the max to the left, less than the min to the right, and then you have a beauty score of 2. So if you understand that, and then this one is just 3 adjacent being compared. So example, I minus 1, I plus 1, pretty easy. And then you just want to return this integer. So if you understand what the question's asking, it's actually pretty simple. So let's use t-sorted lists as with before. And let's try to make this array. So rights.remove nums of I. Let's call this current. Lefts.add nums of I. Again, we're just trying to make it so that, for example, here, if the current element is 6, then the left side is 2, 4, and the right side is 4. And you do that for each element. So for example, here, 2, and then 4, and then 6, 4. So we're trying to do that for every single element. And then, obviously, in between is where we see this. So we can just say, according to this, if I is bigger than or equal to 0 and I is less than length of nums minus 1, because this is the index, so it's actually, they're using the length. Okay, so now we can just print rights or lefts and rights and current, or let's do this to make it easier. Okay, so you can see that in there. And now we want to say that, okay, so if for all this is less than this, so basically if nums of j is to the left of nums of I, everything has to be less than. So that means if current is, or left of -1 is less than current, which is also less than, to the right one is going to be, so everything is less than everything to the right side. So rights 0, right? Then we can say we have a valid sum. So then we want to plus 2, so result plus equal to 2. Elif, let's say that, okay, this is pretty straightforward. You can just copy it. Nums of I minus 1 is less than nums of I is less than nums of I plus 1. Then result plus equal to 1. And 0, basically don't add anything. And then at the end, you can just return the result because you basically slid your window and you have the left and the right sides. So let's submit this. And there you go. So passes all test cases. You know, I came up with this myself, so it's pretty intuitive as long as you understand the question. I hope this makes sense, and please stay tuned for more.